For centuries, castles and cathedrals have captured the imagination of humankind. These towering landmarks are more than just architectural feats. They are time capsules holding stories of faith, power, and resilience. Each stone, each arc, and each carving speaks of the hands that built them and the lives they touched. In this journey, we will uncover the tales behind some of the world's most remarkable castles and cathedrals, from fortified strongholds that withstood centuries of conflicts to sacred spaces where art and faith intertwine. We will explore their history, their design, and the legacy they continue to leave behind. Let me tell you about a place that changed everything. The Ichmiadzin Cathedral. This cathedral holds a title that's hard to beat. It's the oldest cathedral in the world, built way back in the early 4th century. It is not just a church. It's the heart of Armenia's history and faith. There's an incredible story behind how this cathedral came to be. According to tradition, Saint Gregory, the Illuminator, the man who brought Christianity to Armenia, had a vision. And in that vision, Christ descended from the heaven, holding a golden hammer, and struck the ground to show exactly where the cathedral should be built. That vision gave the cathedral its name, Ichmiadzin, meaning the place where the only begotten descended. It's not just a name. It's the story etched into its very foundation. The construction began in 301 AD, and Ichmiadzin Cathedral marked a huge turning point for Armenia as well. You see, Armenia wasn't just another country building a church. It was the first nation in the world to adopt Christianity as its official religion. And the site chosen for this cathedral was once a pagan temple, making it a powerful symbol of transformation. The inside of the Ichmiadzin Cathedral is just as extraordinary as its story. Every detail from the carvings on the walls to the stunning dome reflects centuries of Armenian faith and art history. It's a living monument to a people who have held on to their beliefs through thick and thin. And then there's the craftsmanship. The cathedral complex is home to beautifully carved Kashgar stones, traditional Armenian cross stones that are work of art on their own. You will also find intricate sculptures, detailed frescoes, and reliefs that blend early Christian art with Armenia's unique style. Even after these centuries, the designs feel alive, almost like they're whispering stories from the past. But the Ichmiadzin Cathedral isn't just about its history. It's still the spiritual center of the Armenian Apostolic Church. For over 1700 years, people have come here to pray, to connect, and to feel part of something bigger than themselves. It's not just a building. It's a symbol of faith that's lasted through the ages. The Ichmiadzin Cathedral is more than the world's oldest cathedral. It's a piece of history that's still alive today. It's a place where a vision became reality, where faith built something that time hasn't been able to break. It's not just a chapter in Armenia's story. It's a chapter in ours as human. Imagine a building that has stood at the center of the world for nearly 1500 years. A place where empires rose and fell, religions intertwined, and history was made. That's Hagia Sophia, a masterpiece of architecture, faith, and resilience. It is not just a structure. It's a symbol of human ambition and creativity. The story of Hagia Sophia begins in 537 AD, when it was built under the rule of Emperor Justinian I of the Byzantine Empire. It was designed to be the greatest church in Christendom and was an engineering marvel of its time. Its massive dome, over 100 feet wide, seemed to float above the heavens, supported by a revolutionary design called pendentives, an innovation that allowed a circular dome to rest on a square base. The beauty of Hagia Sophia lies not just in its size, but in its artistry. The walls and ceilings were adorned with glittering mosaics made of gold and glass, which depicted Christian figures like Christ, the Virgin Mary, and saints. Each crafted with stunning precision, they weren't just decorations, they were symbols of faith, meant to inspire awe in everyone who stepped inside. The materials used to build Hagia Sophia were sourced from across the empire. The green marble came from Thessaly, the purple porphyry from Egypt, and the white marble from Marmara. Some of the massive columns were repurposed from ancient temples, including the famous Temple of Artemis. Every piece of stone and marble tells a story of the empire's power and reach. But Hagia Sophia's story didn't stop there. In 1453, the Ottomans conquered Constantinople and converted it into a mosque. They added minarets, mihrab, and large medallions with Arabic calligraphy. Yet, they left much of the original structure intact, creating a unique blend of Byzantine and Islamic architecture. This fusion turned Hagia Sophia into a symbol of harmony between cultures. In 1935, after the fall of Ottoman Empire, Hagia Sophia was transformed into a museum by Mustafa Kemal Atatürk, the founder of modern Turkey. But later on in 2020, it returned to its role as a mosque, but it remains open to visitors, continuing to bridge the past and present. Today, Hagia Sophia is a living monument. Its tomb, mosaics, and marble floors are the testaments to the skill and vision of the people who built it. It is more than a building, it's a journey through time, a place where art, faith, and architecture come together to tell a story of resilience and beauty. Standing here, you don't just see history, you feel it. The Hagia Sophia isn't just a monument to the past, it's a reminder of what we can achieve if we dare to dream. In a small town in France, there's a cathedral that has amazed people for nearly 1,000 years. Chartres Cathedral. It is one of the finest examples of Gothic architecture in the world, and also one of the most beautiful and important buildings in the world. It is not just the size that catches your eye, but the stories and secrets hidden in every stone. Right away, you will notice two different spires on the top of the cathedral. One is tall and pointy, reaching 130 meters into the sky, and the other is shorter and rounder, standing at 105 meters. These two spires may look different, but together they make Chartres stand out as a true masterpiece. Inside the cathedral is like stepping into a different world. One of the most amazing features is the giant rose window, made up of beautiful stained glass. These windows are over 800 years old, and they tell stories from Bible in such bright colors that it feels like the walls are glowing. Looking up, you will see cathedral's nave, one of the biggest in France. The tall, graceful columns support the huge structure, and the flying buttresses on the outside do an incredible job holding everything up. These features help the cathedral reach new heights and let the walls be filled with stunning windows. This is what makes Gothic architecture so special. Chartres has been an important place for centuries. It is known for a special relic, the Sancta Camisa, a robe that is said to have been worn by the Virgin Mary. Whether or not it's the real thing, people have traveled from far and wide to see it, making Chartres a sacred destination for pilgrims. Even today, people still visit to admire its beauty and history and love to come and just see the amazing Gothic architecture. Chartres Cathedral isn't just a building, it's a symbol of human creativity, faith, and hard work. With its towering spires, colorful windows, and incredible design, it's easy to see why it continues to be one of the most admired Gothic structures in the world. It's a place where history and art come together in the most breathtaking way ever. In the heart of Erbil, Iran, one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, stands a fortress that has seen over 6,000 years of history. Yes, I'm talking about the Erbil Citadel. Sitting high on an artificial mount, this castle is a living timeline of human civilization. The citadel's most striking feature is its massive outer wall. Made of mud brick, a material used widely in ancient Mesopotamian architecture. These walls, though simple in appearance, were designed to withstand both time and conflict, protecting the inhabitants within. The steep incline of the mount itself acted as a natural defense, making it nearly impossible for invaders to climb. Inside, the citadel was built like a self-contained city. Narrow alleys and closely packed houses created a sense of community and security. These homes were traditionally made of sun-dried bricks with flat roofs to cope with the region's hot climate. Some even had courtyards providing shade and a private space for families. At the center of the citadel lies the Great Mosque, a symbol of faith and unity. Its simple yet elegant design reflects the deep cultural and religious significance of the citadel throughout history. Places of worship like this were integral to life within these walls, offering not just spiritual solace but also a space for community gatherings. What makes the Erbil Citadel truly remarkable is its ability to adapt over centuries. Each layer of its architecture tells a story of the Assyrians, Babylonians, and Ottomans who once ruled here. Today, efforts are underway to restore its ancient walls and structures, preserving the architectural heritage for future generations. The Erbil Citadel is a testament to the ingenuity of ancient builders, who used simple materials to create a fortress that has endured for millennia. It is not just a relic of the past, it's a symbol of how architecture connects us to history, culture, and the people who came before us. In the English countryside is the world's oldest and largest inhabited castle, the Windsor Castle. For nearly 1,000 years, this magnificent fortress has been a symbol of British royalty, history, and tradition. Windsor Castle was built by William the Conqueror in the 11th century, not just as a royal residence, but also as a defensive stronghold. Its strategic location on a hill overlooking the River Thames made it a key part of England's military and political landscape. The castle's architecture reflects its long history. The outer walls and towers, built with grey sandstones, were designed to withstand sieges, while the interior showcases the elegance of royal living. Over the centuries, monarchs like Edward III and Charles II expanded and transformed Windsor into a palace fit for a king. One of Windsor's most famous features is St. George's Chapel, a masterpiece of Gothic architecture. Its vaulted ceiling, delicate stone carvings, and colorful stained glass windows make it one of the most beautiful churches in England. It is also a royal resting place, where monarchs like Henry VIII and Queen Elizabeth II are laid to rest. Inside the castle, the state of apartments are a dazzling display of royal luxury. These rooms are filled with ornate furniture, incredible paintings, and historic treasures. Each piece tells a story of the monarchs who lived here, and the many royal ceremonies held within these walls. Today, Windsor Castle remains a working royal residence. It is one of King Charles III's official homes and continues to host state visits, banquets, and ceremonies. At the same time, it is open to the public, welcoming millions of visitors each year to explore its rich history. Windsor Castle is more than just a building. It is a living piece of history. It's a place where the past meets the present, where medieval fortresses blend with royal tradition. For nearly a millennium, Windsor Castle has stood as a symbol of continuity, resilience, and the enduring legacy of the British monarchy. Rising like a fairy tale fortress above the city of Granada is the Alhambra, a castle that has captivated hearts for centuries. This palace and fortress is a masterpiece of Islamic architecture, blending beauty and power in a way that leaves visitors speechless. But the Alhambra isn't just a building. It's a story of art, history, and cultures meeting and evolving over time. The name Alhambra means the Red Castle, a reference to the warm, earthy tones of its walls. Built in the 13th century by the Nasrid dynasty, it served as a royal residence, a military stronghold, and a symbol of Islamic rule in Spain. From its elevated position, it overlooks Granada, a constant reminder of its powerful past. Step inside and you are greeted by a world of artistry and craftsmanship. The Alhambra's walls are covered in intricate patterns, delicate stucco, and Arabic inscriptions, many of which praise the beauty of the castle and glory of its rulers. Every detail reflects the skills of artisans who created this timeless masterpiece. One of the most famous spots in the Alhambra is the Court of the Lions. This courtyard is an architectural jewel, with a fountain supported by 12 marble lions, each symbolizing strength and power. The delicate columns and flowing water create a sense of harmony, blending nature and architecture perfectly. Another highlight is the Hall of the Ambassadors, where the Nasrid rulers held court. Its grand dome, made of cedarwood and carved with incredible detail, represents the heavens. This was the political heart of the Alhambra, where alliances were made and history unfolded. Today, the Alhambra is one of Spain's most visited landmarks, drawing millions of people from all over the world. Declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1984, it's a place where history, art, and architecture converge. Visitors marvel at its timeless beauty, walking at the same path as rulers, poets, and visionaries of the past. The Alhambra has also become a symbol of preservation. Ongoing restoration projects aim to protect its delicate carvings, mosaics, and gardens, ensuring that future generations can experience its magic. It is not just a monument, it's a living reminder of cultural exchange and human creativity. It's a story frozen in stone from its origin as a Nasrid palace to its place as a global treasure. It continues to inspire wonder and admiration. The Alhambra stands as a testament to the power of art, the richness of culture, and the timeless beauty of human imagination. Throughout history, castles and cathedrals have stood as monuments to human ambition, faith, and creativity. These structures are more than stone and mortar. They are storytellers, whispering tales of empires built and battles fought, of dreams envisioned and beliefs held sacred. Each one carries the mark of the people who built them, reflecting their cultures, aspirations, and the times they lived in. As we journey through these architectural wonders, we glimpse the beauty of their design and the depth of their histories, from the grandeur of royal fortresses to the soaring heights of sacred cathedrals. They remind us of our shared past and the enduring legacy of those who came before us. The castles and cathedrals may be relics of past, but they continue to inspire, connecting us to the timeless human pursuit of leaving something meaningful behind.